from Hong Kong. This is my hometown. Hong Kong now is unreasonably, if you buy an apartment, actually unreasonably high. Hong Kong now is even more expensive than Paris and Monte Carlo. I think on average, most people live in a space like 600 square feet, but for a whole family, like 2 to 3 or 4 people. Like my neighbors, quite a few of them still employ the subdivided apartments, so that inside there's usually 3 rooms, and each room is actually for one family. You have to learn to live together in such a tight space. Either it's a disaster or you are very good together. Life is not too bad, actually. This is 360 square feet. This is actually my home for almost 40 years, and the beginning is the home of my whole family. My parents have 3 young sisters, and even we sublet a room to outsiders. At the beginning, there's actually 3 rooms here, you couldn't imagine. So the idea is mine is almost like a time-based design. Instead of me moving from one room to the other, I don't move. Actually, the home move for me. Like most of the walls can be moving on tracks on the ceiling. So with the TV room, actually what's hidden behind is the kitchen. I think I'm one of the few people in Hong Kong who seldom move their home. I would prefer to stick to the place and try to improve it and do experiments there throughout these 40 years. Bigger or smaller. And if it's in the biggest position, I believe this is bigger than most families in Hong Kong for the size of the kitchen. I got a maxi or mini bar. And everything's pretty much included here. Dishwasher, huge refrigerator. Yeah. It's roughly 7 feet wide. But including everything. Another very important thing is when I don't need the kitchen, it disappears and it doesn't occupy the space. So that's the trick. How I can do so many things within the 360 square feet. Is everything is organic and always not in a mode of permanent positions. The second one is actually my laundry room with a washing and drying machine. And after washing and drying, what I did this morning, I put the clean clothes here in the stacks, pretty much organized. Another important thing is again, after finish the washing and drying, the laundry room disappear. This movement is actually one of the most important designs, is to make the operation user-friendly so that you want to do it all the time. Yeah. And that's why the handle design is actually very important. This is the biggest wall with 3,000 compact discs. Because it's heavy, so it's actually more stable. And actually you can still pull it with one hand. My trouble is I have too much storage. They're still empty, some of them. So it's my problem. I think a lot of people are jealous. Well, I really have too much storage. It's like my spa products. So it's like a spa wall, I would say. And so after moving the second wall, this become well, actually it's the spa. The bathtub, which I think hold the record in Hong Kong, is usually bathtub in Hong Kong is like you just have to crawl your feet inside. Actually, I enjoy the bathing in the morning with the natural light there. And now imagine it would be quite interesting to do playing hide and seek in my home because everything's moving. I think the kids will love it. And the last part is pretty much expected. What's left behind is the walk-in closet. Since this wall is so light, for me it's like surfing. And Another major idea consideration is I want to put everything on the side so that what's left behind is actually more or less half the area. That means like 180 square feet totally empty. So I think this is another kind of luxury for Hong Kong people. There's such an empty space here. I can do yoga here easily. Okay. So this my version of sofa bed. So below the bed is the sitting. Actually, where I sit here is like sitting on the train compartment. Well, I'm not joking because of this movement. I think this is also a gym for me as well. The screen you have actually is the movie screen. Actually, I don't need a curtain. This is my curtain. It's not that big actually, but since my home is so small, so you feel like it's really big, the screen. I remember when I visited a friend who got their big house, and then we watched television, and even though the television is big, but the living room is too big, so we are like, I need a telescope almost. But here I think it's a good proportion, like for 4 or 6 people together. This is the only part that is actually a product, I didn't design it. Yeah, a lot of people's homes are small, but for the shower, since everyone have to do it all the time, why don't you make it a little bit larger? So as a result, you could have a luxury of wandering around the shower tray cubicle. And actually during the party, is the telephone booth. You want to make a call? After lots of complaints from my friend, because in my previous version I have a very open bathroom, so now it's fully enclosed if you want. But bear in mind, actually the door is actually one sheet of metal beam, steel panel. So another important design for tight space is the slim design. So a lot of the wall construction are actually paper thin, you would say. Got the shelf as well. It's paper thin. Oh, you can see I have too many storage. Yeah. Too many, far too many. And here. I could wash my hair in the wash basin, it's too big. Everything's bigger than usual. Unfortunately, I got too many stuff here on the table. But actually, the table worked like a Swiss Army knife. I can roll it out, yeah, to the middle, so that I could have a dining table for 5 people. Actually, next month I will have like 10 people coming here. Standing, I mean, standing capacity is 20. I think it's good, a nice proportion. You don't need to yell at each other. It's nice also to see the reflection, double. It's like double or triple. My idea of the mirror is actually not to have the reflection mainly. It's a side effect, but the main idea is to hide away the tracks, because you can see I have 13 tracks on the ceiling. It's quite busy. If I don't have the mirror, it will be very busy. Nothing's really high-tech. Here is just a lot of the tracks are proprietary and nothing, no big deal. But it's reliable, good, and actually they are not expensive. I have the curtain. Also to subdivide the room. So take the bath in the morning. Yeah. Of course, it's no big deal these days. My home is fully automated. I could use my mobile to control a lot of the appliances. Like most architects, we are obsessed with gadgets, but to me, there's a balance between automation and sometimes I still want to control things by myself. Like the hi-fi system, the music system, I don't want to put it into the computer. It's quite pleasant actually. I always argue actually how big you need for your home. And also if you are in the big cities, you are using a lot of resources of the city. So you're not just living in your home. Yeah. So the city should be your home. So in that sense, what you need to occupy in your private home doesn't need to be that big sometimes, because you should be always out of your home, enjoying life in the city with your friends, with your family. So what I argue is the city is your home, not just your home.